Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video, which is going to be a little bit different than I normally do. If you've been following my channel for a while, you have seen me do tons of demo and rip out floors and replace flooring and move doors and things like that. But today I want to talk to those of you who want to update their homes, but maybe you don't have the budget or the time and the patience that you definitely need to do all of these big projects. But you want your home to feel a little bit more updated, low cost, and big impact. So we're going to talk about a few changes, simple changes that you can make in your home. Okay, number one, which in my opinion is the most budget friendly with the biggest impact, is paint. There are not many surfaces in this home that I have gotten to that I have not painted.
One of my favorite painting projects in this entire house is the kitchen cabinets. This is what it looked like before. They weren't bad, but I knew that we could make them better. So I primed and painted those, and it really made a big difference in the overall feel of the kitchen. So when we moved into the house, everything was like a light medium gray color, and I went through and I painted the entire main floor white, but then everything kind of just blended into each other, like the doors and everything. So I was trying to add some character back into the house by painting the interiors of the doors. This is Sherwin Williams iron ore, and I think it really makes the door stand out. So painting the exterior of the home is not what I would call a simple, easy project, but I wanted to show you guys how impactful paint can be. It just makes the biggest difference, making everything look new and fresh and updated. But after I painted the exterior of the home, one thing that really needed to be painted was this garage door, and I wanted to kind of break up the white of the house, so I added this like gray green color, and I really love how it came out, and it complements the white really well. Another dramatic makeover that I did with paint was this deck. I used deck paint, and it really filled in the little scratches and things, and it just really made the deck look so much better.
The second thing that can make a really big impact for not a lot of cost is your lighting. I have changed so many light fixtures in this home, and okay, I was so surprised at how simple it is to change out a light fixture. Most of the time it's just 3 wires, and you can find tons of tutorials on YouTube if you want to give it a shot yourself. If not, and you want to hire someone, it's usually not too expensive to just have someone come quickly switch out a light fixture for you, but it can make a really big impact updating an outdated fixture to something new and more modern. Another small, simple change that you can make to update everything in your house is to switch out your hardware. If you don't want to paint your kitchen cabinets, if that's too much for you, simply switching out the knobs and the pulls can really give it a more updated look. You can also do this in your bathroom or your doorknobs and hinges to maybe a matte black or a brass, which are both very in style right now. Something that's just a little bit more updated, not too much effort, really easy to do yourself, but makes a big impact.
If you're not quite ready to invest in new doorknobs and hinges for your home, one thing that you can do is to spray paint them. So for this front door right here, I was not sure what color I wanted to go for, or just didn't want to invest in a new one. I might eventually end up getting an electronic one. So I just wanted to use the one that I had for now, and that one worked totally fine. Just a coat of spray paint and it looks brand new. And I included the hardware for the garage door because it is so easy. It's magnetic. I got it off of Amazon and it really updated the garage with no work.
Another thing that you can do that's not just updating your home, but it's making it a little less boring, are accent walls. I have done accent walls, a bunch of them in this house, and I plan to do at least a couple more, and they're really a good way to kind of provide a focal point. They can be subtle or they can be a little bit more dramatic with wallpaper, but accent walls are a really good and a relatively inexpensive way to make your home stand out.
The accent wall that I did in the dining room is really about as simple as it gets. It is a great beginner project. I'm using pre-cut MDF strips that I got from Home Depot, and I am just cutting them straight across. There are no angle cuts, and then shooting them in with the nail gun. It's really simple. This next accent wall is probably my favorite accent wall that I've done in the house. This picture frame molding. It's the first time that I had ever done it, and it's with PVC trim, and it's just 45-degree cuts, so it's still not too complicated, but figuring out the spacing takes longer than like the actual nailing in of the pieces. But I love how this wall came out. Like I said, it is totally one of my favorites. And the most recent one that I did was in my daughter's room, which was a combination of a peel and stick wallpaper, which was my first time using that, and a half board and batten wall. And I also love how this one came out.
Another big thing that's going to update your home is updating your windows. And no, I don't mean switching out all of the windows in your home, because that is not budget friendly at all. But there are some things that you can do to the actual windows themselves or the window treatments that can give your home a more custom and updated look.
So these windows in my living room were perfectly fine. They were functioning fine, but I just wanted to update them. So I taped everything off and used some black spray paint to really give them a more modern look. I was a little nervous about doing it, how it was going to hold up, but it has really held up super well. I've been very impressed. And then I just used black electrical tape to mimic the grid lines. You could add more if you wanted, but I wanted a little bit more of a simple look, and here's how they turned out, and I love them. Another thing that you can do, a window treatment, is to add some framing around your windows. This is my son's room, and for this style, I'm using like a little bit more of a, not farmhouse look, but craftsman style. That's what it's called. And it's kind of a chunkier trim, just using 1x4 boards that were pre-primed and using my level and shooting those in with the nail gun. And it really makes the window look bigger and adds to the space, and I think it really pops against the blue of his room. Another trim that I did was in the dining room, and I didn't have room to do that craftsman style chunky trim, and so I just used some MDF to just add a frame around the windows that really helps like set them apart and really just makes them a little bit more interesting, and it's inexpensive and not a lot of work.
Another thing that you can do that's going to update the look of your home is to switch out some things on the exterior that maybe you just don't normally pay attention to. I took off the old numbers on our house that were faded and small and hard to see, and I ordered some new ones off of Etsy that were kind of floating and put them on the post, and they were much bigger, and it made it look a lot more updated and also easier to see. Also, another thing that you can do, I don't personally have a mailbox. My neighborhood has like a mailbox where they're all together, the little boxes. I miss having a mailbox, by the way. But if you do have one, maybe take a look at it and see like, what could I do to update this? Maybe replace it or spray paint it or something, because they're typically at the end of your driveway, one of the first things that people see when they come to your house. So maybe give that a thought. All right, for my last tip, you guys, if you've been following my channel for a while, you saw me rip out all the carpet and the linoleum in the main floor and replace it all with new flooring. Upstairs is all carpet, and I'm not quite ready to change that out. I don't know if I want to put in new carpet. I don't know if I want to put in wood floor, so I'm still making up my mind. But in the meantime, I like to use large area rugs that are going to camouflage the flooring underneath and be more of a focal point, so your eye is not drawn to the carpet. This is a really good tip for renters if you can't replace your flooring, but it's a really good way to disguise what you don't want seen and highlight what you do about the room. Okay guys, that's it for today's video. I hope that you picked up some tips and tricks that you can implement in your home that are low budget and pretty easy to do, but that will update your space. Make sure that you're subscribed. We have a lot more videos coming up. I will be back to room makeovers and lots of projects. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.